Good evening, everybody. My name's Tarali.
And I'm Ramsey Run.
And we're back with another Midnight Run. We're back again, of course, in ICC. We're taking on the Bloodwing in this video. The Crimson Hall, I should say. As the was just so kindly put to me right when we entered it. Alright, now this is basically the vampire kind of haven. It's pretty short. It's only two real bosses. One of them would last a little bit longer because it was a group of guys, which is the one we're coming up to right here. And it's really, there's nothing really special about these at all. Nothing in here is probably going to threaten us at this level. If you're soloing as a spellcaster, maybe you might have some trouble in some of these, but probably not. Soloing Bonestorm, or soloing the first boss of the dungeon, Marigar, would be pretty problematic if you tried to do it from ranged, but because you'd be the only one in there, you would definitely just be right up in his face, and he wouldn't put you on a spike, I don't think. But the risk is still there, so just make sure that, you know, don't get frustrated if it happens, just find a buddy, and you'll get through it in 2 seconds flat. Chances are good you're not going to have that problem with anything in here other than maybe him, and the Lich King can be a bit problematic, but we'll get to that when we get there. And basically these three guys come down and you just fight them and kill them. There's an achievement for not getting hit by something during this fight that's part of the ICC raid, Glory of the ICC raid achievement. But as long as you kill these guys real quick, it won't even matter. Which we're gonna do. It's not even that big a deal. And they kind of all share a health pool a little bit, so. So it's like they all live if one of them is still alive, so you just have to make sure that you kill that one. Which is why we're a little bit off balance. We damaged them a little bit too much on the sides. You know, just getting bounced around. This knockback is annoying, but it's not doing anything significant. Alright, then that's 3 more items, including a mace, some leather, and some plate. So that is all good. I just got a couple things. 2 new things just added to my appearances collection, as you can see on the bottom left-hand corner of my screen. Looks like Crypt Maker and Crypt Reaper's Bracers, so that worked out for me. I do kind of like the collection aspect of the Transmog appearances, a lot better than I liked, you know, just going after things. Because it never really felt like you were making any progress or anything like that, because you had to just, like, now I have to store all this stuff in my bank.
So, little update since the expansion. Frost Nova is doing no damage.
Okay, so that's interesting to know.
Well, 1100 damage.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably scales up with something. I don't know. They've changed so much that it's hard to keep track of it all, and I haven't really looked into Frost Mages yet, and neither has.
I'm just winging it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Well,
what
we do our, you know, we have beta access and stuff, but the problem was mages became a little bit difficult to play in the sense that
they glitched out.
Yeah, she couldn't go get her artifact weapon, and it became a problem. Now this is an interesting boss. From an achievement standpoint, you had to do this run twice, because you would become a vampire in one and then kill her, and the other one was you had to not be a vampire and kill her. So it became a little bit difficult to get one or the other depending on what type of character you were. A lot of times melee characters like tanks and stuff would always end up becoming vampires, and that was a problem because then you could never get that achievement. We didn't really have that problem because we're so high level. But it is something to be concerned with if you wonder why you can't get one or the other part of that achievement. So a lot of tokens dropped off this one, and neck piece. Neck pieces are not good for a transmog standpoint, but it is worth 7.5 gold. Alright, so that's the Crimson Halls. It's nice and short. We're going to head on over to the other side and do the next wing as well.
F1, F1, F1!
Oh, so she gave me slow fall, and I think she then fell and took damage.
Actually, I took no damage, which is really weird.
Alright. Well, you do have to drop out of that, or just run back down the stairs. It's faster to drop down. So now we move on over here to the last remaining wing before it unlocks the Lich King. So we're going to head on over here, and it's basically, there's this Valkyrie fight that you talk to these guys. Well, they actually are already here, and you just move through these waves of enemies, which were pretty difficult back then. But now, they're nothing to really write home about. They die in one hit. And then at the end of this, there's a Valkyrie flying up there. That is Sister... I can't read it from here. But it's she basically is a mini-boss. She doesn't really drop any loot as far as anything green or blue or purple or anything like that. She doesn't drop anything like that. But it is a little bit of a difficult fight, as she does have a little few tricks over here up her sleeve to use your fallen allies against you, sort of thing, because she is a Valkyrie after all, and that's kind of what they do. So, but it won't be any problem for us. Like, nothing is. Like, I keep saying that over and over again, but you know, if there's anything you should be worried about, it's more about mechanics as opposed to damage. Like, for instance, we're gonna get up to the Lich King, and he's gonna have these puddles on the ground that will bounce you off. It'll bounce you off the giant platform he's on. And it doesn't matter how much life you have or how much damage you do, if you can't stay on the platform, you die. And then you fail the encounter. So it's really annoying sometimes, especially if you have lower graphic settings computers, because sometimes you won't see those puddles forming. But I digress. We'll get to that when we get to that. This is going to be fairly simple. We'll just tank her down. She drops 10 gold. Was that 10 gold? Yeah. 5 gold apiece just for killing her.
And we're skipping this boss, right?
Or we're skipping the heal fight?
Well, we don't have... Well, I guess
I
you
could try and do it. We'll try it. I'm going to try and do it. Basically, this fight's fairly easy. All you have to do is heal her back to full. We don't really have a healer with us, but I can probably do it with lay on hands and flash heal and that sort of thing. So now I'll just try to lay on hands her, which did not a lot. And then we'll just heal her up, and the faster I can do it, the better. Okay, oh, and then I gotta wait for mana to recharge because I am not a healer. Okay, and she's at 87% is what it looks like. I'll heal her up some more. A couple more of these and we should be good to go. So make sure when you come in here, you have a character who can heal. There is a way to skip it. It's basically like she summons these portals, which we'll probably see here in a second, or portals will summon around her. There they are. And when those come out, if you jump inside them and you're the only one there, the thing will reset and you'll be able to run past. So you'll just run past into the next, into like basically an elevator. Okay, see, I was able to heal her up. There's some guys that spawned in, but it was not a big deal. She'll have a chest for us to loot. So it's kind of a bonus if you have a healer that can do that, which is not really, we don't even need a healer, like I said. And if it was having a real problem, I could switch to Holy Spec on the fly, which would be great, you know, which is a new thing you can do. I can have all 3 specs, and even if I'm a terrible, terrible healer, I can at least have better heals if I need them for that fight in particular. So now there's an elevator down here, which will go down and take care of the next section of this wing. Which, I guess this wing doesn't really have a name, per se. Not that I can see. This elevator, if you fall down it, you will die. So don't. It just slows you down. Yeah, I don't see a name for this wing listed. I don't see a name listed for any of the wings, and I didn't catch it when we walked in. But that's not a big deal.
Just the center.
What was that?
I said we're just going to the center, right?
No, right now we have to fight the dragon.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, there's another dragon out here.
Isn't it like the dream walking?
No, it's a Sindragosa, like I thought. Yeah, but inside here, we come in here, and there's going to be a bunch of spiders that drop stuff. I'm coming. I'm right behind you. They drop, you know, they'll drop trash, some green sometimes. But the big boon here is that Rummy can skin them all. So I'll just wait until they get close, and then I will drop this and start hitting them. And basically, this is just a little time consuming, and that's it. It just takes a little bit of time. Alright.
There's always one little tiny one left somewhere.
Yeah, and I gotta remember to loot them all so that she can skin.
Start killing so I can skip.
Yeah, go ahead. So yeah, basically you just, if you're going with a partner, you have them skin as you go. If you can, like Rum Meat is doing now. If you can't, then just, if you're going by yourself, just skin afterwards. They're probably not going to despawn. Not all of them will be skinnable either.
Or don't skin based on your preference.
Yeah, if you don't want to take the time, you don't have to either. And if if skins are not something you need, or they're selling for a really low amount on your server, then you can skip it and it's not really that big a deal.
I will say it's something cool you can do. I mean, like say you're in a guild and you're just doing this run for the money and the leathers aren't worth anything. Oh, now you just helped out a lowbie in your guild by putting some in your guild fame.
Yeah. So yeah, boring leather is still something you need to level up leatherworking, so it's all good. Okay, now that we're done, we head out to this platform here, and we'll fight Sindragosa, which is a big skeletal ice dragon. You see her around in previous instances in this expansion. She's all over the place. I think the Lich King rides her as like flying mount kind of thing, so she's everywhere. And then there's just two big masses of basically whelps and dragonborn or dragonkin looking things. Do that. Just get the other side real quick. They all drop, they'll drop money and such. I'm not sure. Can you skin the whelps?
I don't think so. I'll check in a second.
Doesn't look like Romy can skin the whelps.
No, I can't.
So then we go up to these two. These are kind of mini bosses. You have to defeat both of them before you can actually fight Sindragosa, which is not a big deal. And we'll get the other one. That one's done.
You are fools who have come to this place. The icy winds of Northrend will consume your
Just wait for them to come
soul.
down, what she's doing right now.
We need to do an XC 11 times a week. I need that much.
Well, the Anixia mount is something you can do 11 times a week on each server. If you have that many characters, you can do it. It doesn't take very long either. It takes maybe like 10 minutes, and that includes travel time to get there. So, but it's a really low percentage. I've seen people farm that thing for years and never get it. As for this is, takes a little bit longer to do the whole thing. The Lich King does drop a mount, but it doesn't, it's not really it's not a high percentage either. It takes them forever. Don't get frozen.
The majority of those mounts that are there, it's like 1%, and I just got.
Oh, did you just get iced? You did. So that's something that can happen. You gotta watch out, or you'll get iced. There's another primordial serenite that dropped, and some more tokens. Nothing special here.
It's still listing me as in combat.
What were you trying to do?
Nothing. I can't mount.
I don't think you can mount it. Well, you can.
Yes, you can
Technically,
mount,
you
yeah.
can mount out there. But you're only trying to run up here to the... I'm like frozen too. I'm going slow. There's an elevator up here that takes you back up to the top.
The thing isn't all lit up either, and I can't.
Okay, there's the elevator. Hopefully I'll make it. Oh, I missed it. Damn you, slow frost breath from the boss. Ugh, I just got stuck waiting for this. How annoying. Alright, well basically we're going to go back up this elevator and we're going to go out to the center and it's going to teleport us up to the Lich King. And I think that we're going to make that its own separate video because that fight is a little bit long just because of the lore that's in there that you can't skip and that sort of thing. So the next time you see us, we will be standing in front of the Lich King ready to do battle until he dies right there. Okay, so I've been Tirali, this has been Rumsy Rum, this has been the Midnight Run, which I'm doing a lot of running of right now, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Later.
Night.